Hey guys, we are Sean and Christy. This is Long Long Honeymoon, coming to you today from a very beautiful state park campsite. And we're joined by a very special guest, baby girl, the Chihuahua.
Who's kind of in hiding back here. She's snuggled up in her little stroller, all cozy.
Yep, sporting a really beautiful, sleek new stroller. Tell you, if anybody has any doubts about my manhood,
Yep.
doubt no more. I'm willing to push a pink dog stroller around with a 3.5 pound Chihuahua inside it. All right, today on Long Long Honeymoon, we've got a really fun topic. The top 5 videos of all time that we have created and posted on YouTube, as determined by you, or determined by the YouTube algorithm. So these are the 5 most popular videos by view count.
Yeah, and this video was requested by my dear friend Rachel. She said, hey, you guys should do a video about your top 5 videos ever and give some background on them. And I was like, hey, that's a pretty good idea. So
pretty fun list, and I can promise you there are a couple of big surprises, especially our most popular video. You will never guess our most popular video, although you've probably watched it. All right, number 5. For beginners, how to set up an RV campsite. 8 steps to glory. That's a pretty standard long honeymoon video. Proud of that video. We've helped a lot of people set up a quality RV campsite.
it answers a question that we get a lot from new RVers. Like, what do I do when I get to a campground? I'm so intimidated. You know, what are the steps? And so I think that video was to answer that question that we get repeatedly about how to set up your RV campsite. You know, when you get there, just sort of the basics, you know. You can make it more complicated if you want to, but we tried to streamline it and make it as simple as we could, and hopefully it's been helpful.
Well, after 5 years, that video has logged almost 1 million views. It's got 987,000 views.
Yeah, so share it with a friend.
All right, number 4 on our most popular list, the top 13 tips for free overnight RV parking at Walmart. You know, we have parked at a lot of Walmarts overnight with our RV rig from Florida to Alaska and all points in between. And although Walmart is not our #1 first choice for boondocking in a pinch, it works.
Yeah, I mean, we do so much traveling sort of by the seat of our pants that Walmart is a good standby for us when we're kind of out in the in-between destinations. And a lot of people, I think, when they first start RVing are very tempted by the idea of parking at a Walmart overnight, but they're also very intimidated by that idea. And so I think that video really gives people confidence in what to expect, how to be a good guest, you know, the process that you should go through before you park somewhere at a Walmart overnight. Hopefully it's been helpful to you in your travels, and if not, then maybe go watch it and share it with a friend.
Yeah, that video really, I think, has helped a lot of people travel with more confidence around the country. It's always nice to know that you can stop at a Walmart as a backup in case you're running late one day. We love the flexibility and freedom of just being able to meander around when we travel with our RV rig and stop wherever we please. So I'm really happy that that video has helped a lot of people, and it has logged over 1 million views, 1.1 million views after 7 years.
Yeah, so again, it's a good basics video, and if you know anybody that's new to RVing, you might want to share it with them if they have any interest in parking overnight at a Walmart.
All right, number 3 on our top 5 most popular list, the top 20 RV towing tips video. And just like the Walmart video, it's right around 7 years old, and it has logged 1.1 million views. Yeah. And I know that video is kind of popular every year because the fundamental basics of towing an RV rig have not changed. And we tried to really pack 20 high quality tips based upon several years of travel into that one short video.
Yeah, and I think, again, it's something for new RVers. If you've never towed something before, it can be very intimidating, and it's just nice to have some quality tips to kind of get you in the right frame of mind before you get behind the wheel and start, you know, traveling cross country.
Moving on, we'll go to our number 2 most popular video on this top 5 list. This is a pretty controversial video. I've been cussed at more times over this video.
Yeah.
And it is why not to visit Yellowstone. It's about 10 years old and it has logged 1.6 million views.
We're headed west to the one park where you should never go. Yellowstone, established in 1872. This place is like another planet.
This video is very interesting because I put it out there as kind of a joke. I was actually just putting together a video about Yellowstone because we love Yellowstone so much. And over the course of editing the video, I thought to myself, you know, I've never seen a video about why not to go to Yellowstone, and it might be kind of funny just to put it out there as a joke. I never really thought it would catch on or be that popular. It just sort of made me laugh as I was doing it.
Yeah, it's obviously a tongue-in-cheek video, but you sort of learn by reading the comments. There are a lot of people that don't get that sort of humor, that sort of sarcastic humor. And there are some people that are just like really offended that we would tell people not to go to Yellowstone. And, you know, I think people that appreciate that sarcastic type of humor really enjoy that video because it's really funny.
It's sort of a schizophrenic video because we're showing all these beautiful sights of Yellowstone, but also, you know, wagging our finger and saying, you know, don't go because it's so deadly and dangerous and what have you.
But yeah, there are some people that think we're being serious. And
I've actually gotten a lot of laughs over the years reading the comments to that video because they come in every year without fail.
Yep.
All right, now for the #1 most popular video we have ever done on Long Long Honeymoon. You know it's going to be an RV video because this is an RV channel, right? Well, I guess we're not an RV channel, we're more of a travel channel because our #1 video of all time is raw footage of the Queen Mary 2 in stormy weather. It's a 10-year-old video and it has logged over 8 million views.
Yeah.
And this is the video that just keeps on going. It's the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a funny backstory about this video. First of all, it was based upon a transatlantic crossing that we took over a decade ago from Southampton, England to New York. And we were crossing on the Queen Mary 2, which is a true ocean liner. Yeah. It's not a cruise ship. It's an ocean liner that's built to handle stormy weather and rough seas in the North Atlantic during that time of year. And it was December. Queen Mary 2, it's very much of a Titanic type of experience, if you know what I mean, because there's a dress code and people like are walking around in tuxedos. And meanwhile, we're in this stormy weather that was some of the worst weather the crew had ever seen.
Yeah.
A lot of the speakers could not speak. A lot of the plays and shows were canceled.
Yeah, so the week that we were on this crossing, the captain of the ship was actually on vacation. And so his boss, the Commodore of the fleet, was who was piloting the ship that week.
Well, the present weather is stormy. Occasional showers and squalls, the temperature of 15.5 Celsius or 60 Fahrenheit, the sea 14 or 57. The wind from the southwest force 10 on the Beaufort scale or 50 knots, giving about 65 knots over the open decks. Very rough seas and a heavy 8-meter southwesterly swell.
And he actually made an announcement while we were on the ship and said it was the worst storm he had sailed in over a decade. And you know it's a bad storm when the people who work on the ship, who are used to living on the water in crazy conditions, are stopping what they're doing and getting their cell phones to take pictures out the windows because the waves are so intense. They're crashing over the railings on the 8th floor deck. They ripped away some of the railings on the 8th floor deck, which was like the leisure deck. It was just the most intense swells. It was a crazy adventure. And it was a hurricane, Category 1 hurricane that we were sailing through. They tried to skirt around it and it just wasn't possible. It was too big. So we were in those conditions for almost 3 days solid.
You know, it turned out to be the most popular video we ever posted. We have a lot more video footage from that journey and from the Queen Mary 2. If anybody's interested in seeing it, maybe we'll put some of that footage together for you guys. you know, I called the video raw footage at the time because I didn't spend much time editing it at all. And in fact, I was almost apologetic about it. I just kind of slapped it together one afternoon, did a little bit of voiceover, and
really
posted
sort
it.
of like, this was an interesting experience. Maybe somebody will find it interesting too, you know, and then it took off on its own. And
I've been contacted by the BBC, various documentary film crews. You know, it's been in documentary films. It's also been in narrative films, because I learned later not too many people really have footage shot from a ship under those kinds of stormy conditions. If I could go back in time, I would shoot even more. And I think some of the lessons that can be drawn from this, I mean, first of all, if you have a creative idea, put it together and put it out into the world, because you never really know what's going to take off. I never would have predicted that this video would have been as popular as it turned out to be.
And it doesn't have to be perfect.
No.
You know, just an interesting topic or situation is enough to bring people in.
And secondly, sometimes when things are going wrong, life is the most interesting. Like, in other words, this crossing was going wrong in every way. People were getting seasick. You couldn't walk around through the ship without grabbing onto handrails. You know, all the events were canceled. It was hard to even eat in the dining room because plates and cups and saucers would be sliding around.
You know, tipping to one side.
So everything was going wrong. And when that happens in life, it's actually the most interesting time to record and to film and to document and to learn from and to share. So I think that's another lesson. And we have learned to apply that sometimes with Long Long Honeymoon. When things go wrong for us with our RV, we keep the cameras rolling and document it and later share it with you guys. And so hopefully you won't make the same mistakes we do.
Yeah, and it becomes valuable, you know, footage to have to share those experiences that aren't the great moments. It's easy to document the happy, smiley moments, but the frustrating, tearful moments when you're just, you know, you feel beat down, you're broken down on the side of the road, you got a flat tire or whatever, roadside service won't come and get you, you know, rolling during those types of things. I mean, that's the reality of traveling in an RV. Those things happen. And so I think preparing people for that kind of takes the sting out of it when it does finally happen to them. Of course, you hope it never happens, but if you're on the road long enough, you know it's going to. So being prepared is always good.
So all right, so that's it, guys. Our 5 most popular videos that we have ever posted according to view count.
Yes.
Now, we're not saying these are necessarily the 5 best we've done. In fact, we may do some more looks in the rear view mirror at some other videos, because sometimes we'll put together videos that I think are very good and they don't get watched by very many people.
Right.
And then there are other videos that you just slap together and throw out there on a lark and they end up getting millions of views. So go figure.
It's hard to predict what will stick on the internet.
Thus concludes yet another episode of Long Long Honeymoon, the longest running RV themed honeymoon show on the interwebs, or something like that.
That's right.
I purposely mangled that tagline.
If you haven't yet, please click that subscribe button down below. We'd love to have you be part of Loloho Nation. And if you want to be reminded anytime we post a new video, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button and you'll get a notification when we post a fresh video. Until next time, what do we say? What do we say, baby girl?
Baby girl.
We say Loloho.
Loloho.